brought to you by that fresh, clean-tasting thirst quencher, sparkling, crystal clear 7-Up. For a quick, refreshing lift, fresh up with 7-Up.
Come here and load me up, will you?
Oh, well, yeah, I sure will. Mr. Hook, I've got all the saddles soaked up, and I've tidied up the barn.
Good.
You want that I should cut some of this wood?
Oh, no, Lonesome. I'd rather you give Brooke another riding lesson.
You say, you know that boy of yours, he don't seem to care too much about horses. Oh, he holds on so tight, I'm afraid he's going to get blisters on his hands before he does anyplace else.
Lonesome. Tell him from me, I said he's living in New Mexico. Now he's got to learn to ride.
Yeah. Okay, boy, yeah.
Thanks, Lonesome.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that's all right. Now, just be sure I'm not in there when you light those, huh?
Well, you're doing a great job. Now just scrub some soot out of that chimney and she'll burn fine.
You want me to scrub the soot out of the chimney?
Well, it's either you or Brooke. I'm too big to fit in there.
The New York model end up as a New Mexico chimney sweep.
By marrying an ex-advertising man who buys a dude rag.
You know, instead of a marriage license here, you should have got me a work permit.
John, we're all pitching in together, opening this ranch, and you're doing just great. Now, listen, I'll see you later. I'm going out to help Brooke with his riding lesson.
Oh, shall I stack the wood before or after I clean the chimney?
Doesn't matter, honey. You're the boss. How's he doing, Lonesome?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, he ain't fell off yet.
Oh, you're doing it all wrong, Brooke. Let go of the saddle horn.
So what do you think? I haven't fallen off yet.
I better show it, Lonesome.
Yeah.
Now, look, Brooke. Hold the reins in your left hand like this, see? And sit back in the saddle. Relax. Let go of the saddle horn. You're too tense. You were better last week.
I was younger then.
When you was going to military school in New York, what did you ride?
The subway.
Listen, you're living out here in New Mexico now, and you got to learn to ride.
Sure, Dad, but it's tough.
No, it's not. It's no tougher than riding a horse on a merry-go-round.
I rode the horse on the merry-go-round. I used to ride the swan.
And he's your pupil, Lonesome. I got to go help his mother.
Say, Brooke, when you lived in New York, didn't you never ride a live horse?
Lonesome, have you ever been in New York City?
Well, no.
Well, if you ever go, don't take your horse. You'll never find a parking space.
Well, it might be a nice place to visit, but I sure wouldn't want to live there. Come on, Gigi, come on.
Right now, you are probably asking yourself, how does a fisherman quench his thirst? For a real thirst quencher, nothing does it like 7-Up. 7-Up.
Four! Did ye say 7-Up, Mighty?
Right.
Hey, you got a whole case of 7-Up. Look at my 7-Up. Now, here be a real treasure. 7-Up.
This ought to do it. A whole case of 7-Up. Picnic wouldn't be a picnic without 7-Up. Such a fresh, clean taste. Ask the kids, like they always say. Nothing does it like 7-Up.
Nothing else can do what it does for you. Nothing does it like 7-Up. Yo-ho-ho and a
on, Dirty. Please, let's go back to New York.
Now, darling, remember our bargain. When we bought this place, we agreed to give it a year's trial.
Feel like I've been up that chimney a year.
Honey, once you get to know this country and the people out here, you'll never want to go back to New York.
Want to bet 6 months you're wrong?
Now, you think for a minute. What did we really leave?
Our apartment overlooking the East River. Carriage rides in Central Park. A theater. A piece of pizza in Greenwich Village. A doubleheader at the Yankee Stadium. I'll pack and you put up the for sale sign.
Hey, wait.
We could be out of here in a half hour.
Now, darling, there are more important things in life than Park Avenue and pizza.
Name two.
We'll make trips back to New York, I promise.
How about this afternoon?
I'll tell you what we're going to do this afternoon. I'm going to take you into my hometown. You're going to see where I grew up and meet the people I grew up with. And then you're going to understand why I brought you and Brooke out here.
Okay.
Believe me, Babs, after you've been out here for a while, you'll discover this is paradise. Now, why don't you go take a bath?
Because there's no hot water in paradise. You still haven't fixed the hot water heater.
Well, we'll get around to it one of these days. I'll go heat some for you.
You finish your arithmetic, Rocky?
Yes, Uncle.
No, all right, but before you go, I want to test you.
Okay.
Now, if I have 500 pairs of genuine Indian moccasins imported from Yugoslavia, and I sell 10 pairs a day from 9 to 6, 7 days a week, how many pairs will I sell if I keep the store open nights?
Uncle Hawkeye, I don't get problems like this in school.
I'm preparing you for the business world.
But, Uncle...
We learned our lesson, Rocky, when our ancestors sold Manhattan for $24. We had many brave warriors, not one CPA.
Let bygones be bygones.
No, never. We cannot drive the strangers from our land, but we must try to bring them to their knees, economically. Never forget, every tourist who comes off the bus is Christopher Columbus.
Now can I go out and play?
Here's the inventory list, Uncle.
Oh, thank you, Blossom. Go play, Rocky. We do arithmetic later.
Thanks, Uncle.
We've had a very good month, Uncle. Especially since you sold that broken-down ranch to the Hootens.
It's just a master stroke of salesmanship.
The merchandise we're overstocked on is paint, beads, bracelets, and earrings.
We were overstocked on those items, Blossom.
What do you mean, Uncle?
Look.
Hi, Hawkeye.
Howdy, neighbor.
You there? He's friendly.
Should be. He sold us the ranch.
How is that magnificent piece of property you stole from me?
Oh, it's coming along.
With a little fixing up, it won't be long until it'll be in good enough shape to condemn.
Mr. Hooten, your wife has a rich sense of humor. Now, what can I tell you on this beautiful Indian summer's day?
Not a thing. We're just passing.
Howdy, neighbor.
Howdy, Hawkeye. Howdy, neighbor. Howdy, neighbor. I guess you didn't hear me.
Of course not.
Well, I guess we'd better be going, Hawkeye. See you later.
Oh, you're sure I cannot tell you anything, hmm? You know, we're having a special sale on house paint.
Oh, paint.
Just what you need to make that magnificent ranch of yours look more presentable.
You know, Hawkeye, that's a good idea. I was thinking of painting the place.
Now, here we go again. He does the thinking and I do the painting.
Oh, you'll also need some beads, bracelets, and earrings.
No, Hawkeye, when I paint, I rough it. I don't wear jewelry.
The souvenir counter I'm going to install in your lobby.
What souvenir counter?
Well, it'll lend charm and warmth to an otherwise drab room.
Won't the paint give it color?
Of course. But the souvenir counter will be a profit-sharing venture. Now, I'll give you a generous 90% of the profit. I'll take a meager 10. Naturally, I'll keep the books.
Hawkeye. We'll give you 90% of the profits, and we'll keep 10, but we'll keep the books.
I can't afford it.
Okay. Deliver the paint this afternoon, and we'll discuss the terms.
Goodbye, Great White Eagle. Mrs. Eagle, hello to the little eagle.
Howdy, neighbor. Probably just a tourist.
Well, so far, we've passed 12 tourists and no neighbors.
Take you over to old Doc Martin's drugstore.
What for?
Because he makes the greatest chocolate sundaes in the world. Hey, there's an old pal of mine.
Well, you old son of a gun, how are you? Let me look at you. Fine. Goodness, you haven't changed a bit. Not since the last time I saw you.
Oh, excuse me. Like to meet my wife, Barbara?
Babs, this is Charlie Fuller.
I'm afraid there's some mistake. My name is George Burroughs.
Gee, I'm terribly sorry. I could have sworn you were Charlie Fuller. You look enough like Charlie Fuller to be Charlie Fuller's twin.
I'm sorry, I don't even know the man. I just came out here from New Jersey.
So long, neighbor.
We're going over to Doc Martin's for those Sundays. I'm sure he's still around.
Howdy.
Howdy. What can I do for you?
A couple of chocolate sundaes, please.
Fine.
Say, where's the doc?
Doc who?
Doc Martin.
Oh, he's in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah? Well, when's he coming back from his vacation?
Oh, it's not a vacation. It's a retirement. He moved for his health.
His health?
Yeah, the dust finally got him right here.
Well, I've noticed the dust down at the ranch. I didn't know they had dust in town, too.
Oh, it's not so bad.
Not so bad, he says. You know, there's a story going around about a man who got so used to the dry weather that one day it rained and he fainted from the shock. To revive him, they had to throw a bucket of dust at his face.
Well, who owns the drugstore now?
A couple of boobs from Brooklyn, me and my husband.
You're from Brooklyn? Well, we're from Manhattan. Fellow countrymen.
My name is Lily Gordy.
I'm Babs Hooten. This is my husband, Bill.
How do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do? Oh, so nice to meet people who can say more than howdy and yep. Honestly, would you believe that this is the longest conversation I've had since we've been here?
Now, how long have you been here?
A lifetime. 1 year.
And you? A lifetime. 1 week.
You're not talking.
This must have been your idea coming out here.
Yeah, what?
Uh-huh. I'm married to one of those geniuses, too.
Bill was born and raised out here.
And, you see, I've always wanted to return and run a dude ranch.
Well, that at least makes sense. But my husband, Harry, he was born and raised in Brooklyn. How come a successful pharmacist from Brooklyn all of a sudden gets a bee in his bonnet that he wants to go west and open up a dude drugstore? Answer me that.
You don't like it out here?
Oh, well, at my age, it's a little late to start playing cowboys and Indians. I'm coming, Harry. That's my Brooklyn cowboy. Excuse me a minute, huh? I'll be right back.
Boy, she can't make Sundays like old Doc Martin.
You know, Bill, a fellow once wrote a book called You Can't Go Home Again.
Yeah, I know he did. But you can go home again. There's a lot more to New Mexico than a couple of chocolate sundaes made by a New Yorker and an unfriendly tourist in New Jersey.
Like what?
Like a lot of things. You're going to go places and do things you've never done before.
You know something? Your father's right. I've never been on a roof, and I've never painted a dude red.
Ooga-dooga, ooga-dooga, ooh-wah.
Something I would like Kansas. I'm a lion hunter.
Roar.
Right now, you are probably asking yourself, what do people drink while hunting lions? 7-Up. Yes, at mealtime or with a snack. 7-Up makes all food taste better. Right, friends?
Oh, yeah.
Try sparkling 7-Up.
When the gang is over to celebrate, these hot dogs they'll appreciate. To make those hot dogs taste real great, Nothing does it like 7-Up.
For parties or any time, 7-Up makes food taste great.
Here, friends.
Yeah. Nothing does it like 7-Up.
7-Up, 7-Up, 7-Up.
That's right, folks. Nothing does it like 7-Up.
Hey, how you doing up there?
Sun in the sun. Aren't you exhausted from lettering that sign?
Hey, Brooke, what are you doing?
Finger painting.
Why don't you use your brush?
They didn't teach us that in kindergarten. Mom, is it possible to link charges against your own father for violating the child labor law?
You need a witness, call on me. Stiffness. Well, who do you think you are, a guest?
Dad would put Wolf to work, too, but he's afraid of him.
Well, don't just sit there, Wolf. Dip your tail in the paint and wag it against the wall a few times. What's the matter? Can't you take a joke? Anything I hate is a square dog.
Hey, Mom, here comes Hawkeye.
Oh, maybe he brings good news that he's foreclosing on the mortgage.
Hi, Hawkeye. Good afternoon, Mr. Hooten. You know my niece, Blossom?
Sure. How are you, Blossom?
Hello, Mr. Hooten.
I brought some more merchandise for the souvenir counter.
Fine.
How's the painting?
Oh, it's coming along.
I see you got the boy in the store working. You're truly a chief.
Thanks, Hawkeye.
The souvenirs, Blossom.
I'm glad you came, Hawkeye. Maybe you can help me.
Well, I always want you to think of me as a friendly Indian.
Well, that's good to know in case I'm late with the next mortgage payment.
Oh, from one friend to another. Don't be.
Actually, my problem's with my wife.
Naturally. It was a black day for all men when they took the women out of the fields and put them in teepees.
Babs is a big city girl, and she's having a little trouble adjusting to this place.
It's an age-old problem. My great-grandfather had the same situation with his wife when they moved from Kansas, but he solved it beautifully.
Yeah, how?
Every time she complained, he put a sign on her, for sale. She made a remarkable adjustment.
Those were the good old days, Hawkeye. It'll never work now.
Young man, you must always be the chief in your own teepee.
Well, if I'm a chief, how come I'm carrying all this stuff?
But to a chief, are you a chief?
Do you think I'll get time off for good behavior?
Don't let the warden see us talking.
All right, Blossom, you wait in the car. This is man talk. Can't trust any of them. They're all sisters.
Frankly, Hawkeye, things haven't worked out the way I told Babs they would.
Well, that's a pity. Oh, jewelry, that goes in here on the top shelf.
Well, it's my hometown. I feel like a stranger in it.
What a shame. Oh, the peace pipes, they go on the top shelf.
All my old friends are gone.
Well, what are old friends for? Tom. They stay on top of the counter. Put the jewelry on top of the other jewelry.
Even Doc Martin's gone from the drugstore.
I bought his place from him. He left here very happy. Not wealthy, but very happy.
My problem is, I work for an advertising agency in New York, and I probably oversold Babs.
Nobody ever oversells. You undersold her.
Then how come she's not in love with the place?
All you talked about was a small drugstore and old friends. But you overlooked the greater image.
Yeah, what's that?
The great outdoors. This is a land of enchantment. Why don't you show her the lush valley, the winding rivers, from Tabletop Mountain?
Hey, I'd forgotten about that. That's a great idea.
Incidentally, I have a piece of property up there I'll sell cheap.
And what I think I'll do, I think I'll take her up to Miracle Rock. I used to go up there when I was a kid.
Now, aren't you glad you talked to wise old Hawkeye?
I certainly am. How can I ever thank you?
Easy. Help me bring in some more souvenirs.
Glenn, I'm going to prove to Babs that you can go home again. Babs!
like it, honey?
It is beautiful.
Smell that good, clean air. Go on, Babs. Take a deep breath.
Oh, Bill.
Go on, take a deep breath. Well,
It's all right if you like good, clean air.
never give up, do you?
Where is it?
Where's what?
That Miracle Rock you were telling me about.
It's just up the hill there. Wait till you see it. It's got the name of all my old gang painted on it.
Is your name on it?
Oh, just my initials. You know, it's one of those hearts with an arrow through it. Says PB loves BH.
I know you're BH. Who's PB?
Isn't that funny? I don't even remember anymore.
Can you remember what little miracle happened up here for you and PB?
Honey, we were just kids.
She was old enough to write.
Come on, you're just being silly.
Well, I'm not sure I even want to see that rock.
Oh, come on.
Well, darling, there's Miracle Rock.
What's going on?
I don't know. Come on, we'll find out. All right, Charlie, cut the drill. Say, what's going on up here?
1 minute, pal.
Hey, Ed, give Fred a hand with those wires.
Now, you folks better get out of here.
What are you doing? We're clearing all this away for that subdivision. Hey, put a couple of holes in the back of that rock, Charlie. You gonna build up here?
That's right, Mac. A golf course and 245 homes.
You mean down there where that view is?
That's where they're putting in a supermarket and a new drive-in movie. Okay, put in the dynamite. You're not gonna blow up Miracle Rock. That's where the clubhouse is gonna be. You can't do that. That rock means a lot to everybody up here. What is this, a rib? Were you sent up here by one of the guys on the crew? Blow up that rock? Yeah. I said you can't dynamite this rock. Everybody wants to be a foreman. Now, look, buddy, you better get out of here.
Come on.
But don't you understand? Look at all those names.
Who's PB?
Man, please. This rock is more than just a rock. It's a part of everybody's life. Now, ain't that sweet? In a couple of minutes, we can all have a piece of it. Let's go with that dynamite.
Come on, let's get out of here. We'll be something.
Nobody's blowing up this rock. Are you gonna move, or do you want a blindfold?
Come on, darling. There's nothing you can do. Come on.
Now, that's a good boy. I promise you'll be all over in a minute, and the rock won't feel a bit of pain. Okay! Clear that equipment, Charlie!
I'm sorry, Bill.
Yeah.
It's only a rock.
Yeah, I know. No, honey. Maybe we should go back to New York.
Why?
Well, I don't know. Nothing's the way I remember it. The town's changed. The people seem different. Pretty soon, even that rock up there is going to be gone. Maybe you're right. Maybe you can't go home again.
It isn't that you can't go home again. Just that you can't go back. You see, darling, you're searching for something that no longer exists. A 15-year-old boy named Bill Hooton.
Yeah.
All that's gone is your past.
But it won't be the same for Brooke as it was for me.
Yes, it will. He'll find his own friends, his own drugstore, and his own rock.
How about you?
I promised I'd give it a year.
But you're always complaining.
Well, I didn't promise I wouldn't complain.
You know something, Bab. You're a very special kind of gal.
You made me a special kind of gal. Honey, just one thing I want to know.
Sure, baby. What is it?
Who's PB?
Now I don't even remember who BH was.
Next week, your host will be the Ralston Purina Company.
Hawkeye talking. I speak to you now not as Hawkeye the financial wizard, nor as the great humanitarian. I speak to you now as Hawkeye the gourmet, and I answer the burning question. What breakfast cereal is designed especially for grown-ups? Observe. Wheat Chex. Many cereals do not appeal to adult taste because they do not have what we authorities call the old pizzazz. But Wheat Chex have a rich and rugged whole wheat flavor more pronounced than the flavor you find in cereals made just for little children. And when you put these remarkable biscuits of bite-sized shredded wheat into the cereal bowl and apply milk and sugar, you'll discover they stay crisp and crunchy the whole bowl through. Yes, Hawkeye salutes the great wheat cereal, Wheat Chex. The grown-up cereal from Checkerboard Square. Great for kids who want to be like grown-ups, too.
Over the mountain, Guestward ho. Over the plain, Guestward ho. Under a sun so bad that it can addle your brain. Together we roll like a stage over rattlesnake and sage. Guestward ho. Guestward ho. Guestward ho. Over the winding rivers, fields beyond we go. Climb those craggy peaks. Guestward ho, nary a compass. Guestward ho, nary a road. Guestward ho, nary a soul inside to help us lighten our load. But there's that voice loud and clear saying, welcome